It don't have a quote. It's
Don't have a quote.
Friday night, and Drew does not have a quote. So I think
No
he'll
quote.
work on it. So we'll scoop by Drew.
Don't have a quote.
Uh-oh, somebody's.
That's me.
Is it you or me? It was me too.
My bad.
So we are running a half an hour late. If you had not noticed, 30 minutes behind. We're going on what we call Drew time now.
Hey, man.
Okay,
Sorry.
My chat, and there it is. There we go. As you can see, we do have another special guest tonight. Comic Book Steve is in here with us. Since Drew does not have his quote, do you want to give us a movie quote there? Do you have one there, Ron?
Yeah, I got one.
Okay.
Okay, so this is a quote from somewhere between 1939 and 2007. So
Wow,
that narrows it down for you. The heat's getting to me. I'll murder you momentarily, but first, I need a cold drink of ice water. It's a superhero flick.
Incredibles.
Jesus.
Nope. Okay. No, I don't.
It's a live action movie.
The Phantom.
Nope.
Mike, do you have a guess?
I have no clue.
I have no clue either.
Tank Girl.
This is the second Michael Keaton movie, Batman Returns. That was the Penguin.
Wow.
That's the Penguin talking.
SS Comic Reader actually got it.
Oh, did he? Oh, cool.
And moving on.
My fucking calendar.
Mike, what's your quote for the night?
My quote is from what year? 2005. Congratulations, you are still alive. Most people are so ungrateful to be alive, but not you, not anymore.
The Crow.
From 2005?
I don't know. I didn't listen to the year. 2005. It's a comic book movie?
Nope.
Oh, well. Oh, Brian Spacebar got it. I think it's Debbie Does Dallas.
It's not Debbie Does Dallas.
2005 version of Debbie Does Dallas?
Yeah, it might be an updated version.
Yes. We are all crossed here.
What are they? What is it like?
Saw.
Wow.
Oh, Rob Wise guy. He got it.
Yeah, there you go. Rob Wise guy did get it. Rob Wise guy's in here.
Very wise of him.
So mine is from, I don't know what year. I want to say it's late 80s. See you at the party, Richter. That's it. See you at the
I'm
party.
sorry, what?
See you at the party, Richter. I tried to do an impression. I always try to do impressions, but it never work.
Is that the third Terminator?
Get your ass to Mars.
Total Recall.
It is Total Recall. The origin of the free booth lady. And Drew, since you've had a few minutes, do you have one today? No?
I do. From 1999. Not quite a superhero movie, but has been a comic book. Sticking feathers up your butt does not make you a chicken.
Oh, my God. It's something my dad used to say to me all the time, but that's not that it. As soon as you say it too, I'm going to know it. Who's Googling it? Somebody's Googling it. I don't know. Mike, do you have any guesses? Or Ron?
I do not.
Me, myself, and Irene. That's what Tat says.
No, not quite.
Okay, what is it?
Club.
There? Fight Club. Oh, my God. I just watched that a month ago, too. Okay, so before we jump into the books, Mike, let's give us an update on that chat. We got 15 watching right now.
15, holy crow. That's Brian Spaceboy227 is in the house. Tats Comics. Jason Smith is in here. Aim High Comics. Bruce Zayas, SS Comic Reader. Funk Off, Rob Wise Guy 82. Jeremy Edwards is in here. I know Midwest is in here. He's all doped up and shit, fucking like a crack addict on the street corner. But yeah, that's about it.
Okay, usually we start off with our guests, so why don't you go ahead there, Ron, and what's your first book for the week?
I picked this up solely for the cover. This is Avengers 675, the first part of No Surrender. It's got this awesome Mark Brooks cover. And, of course, it's a wraparound lenticular kind of 3D thing. It's a beautiful cover. Absolutely love it. The inside, however, I don't like it too much. This is written by Mark Waid. It's just not for me. It sucks like a big bag of dicks. So I'm sorry. This is not one of my favorites this week. I love this cover, though. I absolutely love this cover.
I think we got a new saying for Marvel. So.
Sucks a big bag of dicks. Hashtag that shit.
Mike, what do you think of Avengers?
So, yeah, it starts out where the Living Lightning, if some of you remember him, he's like a C-lister Avenger. He's undercover helping some local law enforcement deal with some bad guys. And then New York is hit with fucking a big flash of light and all someone steals the Earth and Moon. Shit's going crazy all over the world, and a bunch of heroes are frozen in time. And big reveal. I wasn't sure who the character was. I'm sure Drew will fill you in more on that one, but I enjoyed it. It was. I'll see where the story goes. So it's a stash for me. Avengers 677. I love my team book, so see where it goes.
Yeah, I didn't think it was too bad either. I hate to feel these lenticular covers, though, man, on your fingers. It's almost like nails on a chalkboard to me when I grab them and hold them. Yeah, it was interesting. It's nice to see, I figured, they're just going to freeze all of the old school characters, the old school Cap. And let the new characters come in and prove how good they are. But it was kind of nice to see that, okay, some of the new ones are frozen too, that this new team book. And it seemed like it is a lot of B and C list characters. We have Mighty Thor. That's one of the ones. But it wasn't too bad. I think I'll probably pick up at least until the story arc's over to complete the run, because I would say it wasn't too bad. And again, too, I didn't know who the characters were at the end either. And I'm not sure if we want to spoil it. We can leave that up to Drew, because he has a pretty vast knowledge of Marvel stuff. But I think it's a stash, at least till the end of the story arc. We can say something, Mike? Mike's frozen.
Huh?
Go ahead there, Drew.
Avengers No Surrender #1, 675. I absolutely love this book. I think that if a couple other books didn't come out, it probably would have been my stash of the week, but I super stashed this thing. Great use of the living lightning. I just made the mistake, but they made the joke in the book. No, not the living laser, living lightning. They even cleared that up. I think that they used him to show that when the call goes out for all Avengers, that means all Avengers. It means every C-list Avenger that we've ever seen, every D-list Avenger we've ever seen. I think that a lot of these teams from the other Avengers books coming together was kind of cool. Putting Rogue in a position where she's making a difference. I enjoyed that. I enjoy the fact that Beast is playing a role in this. Spoiler alert: Jarvis is in some pretty critical condition here. He's an Avengers mainstay. Absolutely love the fact that they got him involved with that. And this character at the end is Valerie Vector, Voyager, who apparently is the original member of the Avengers. We see that in Legacy. She's the additional member that was added onto the statue. Jarvis and Nani were talking, and Jarvis is like, yeah, something's out of place around here. I can't put my finger on it. That was Voyager. They're going to retcon her in, I think. She's not a character that we've seen before, as far as I know. And it's got a real Century vibe to it that I really liked when the Bendis was doing the New Avengers run. So I really, really enjoyed this. I think this is something spinning out of Legacy, which we're actually seeing some results from pretty much right away. I like what they're doing with this, and I'm going to keep picking it up. If you're going to ride this out to the end of the run, Dave, you might be in for a long haul. It's going to be a 16-week weekly series. So this is going to run, I think, up until just about the turnover to 700. So we'll see how long it goes. A lot is going into this. Apparently, they're bringing back Bruce Banner at some point. They've already kind of sold us on that. So this story is going to go all over the place. Lots of questions, but I think in a weekly series, we're going to get some answers pretty much right away. So I'm definitely stashing it.
So 16 weeks times 5. I'm going to be spending $80 on this to finish this damn story out. Jeez, I might have to wait until the dollar bill.
Well, that's the thing is they canceled all the other Avengers books. So if you were reading all of the Avengers books, USA Avengers, Occupy's been canceled for a little while now, but Uncanny Avengers, End Avengers, those books aren't going on during this story. This is going to be one story weekly. And I don't know if they're doing it every on a 5-week month, but I think that they're just doing it every week. And I'm excited for it. I like weekly stories. I like when they did Wolverines as a weekly story. I think I probably enjoyed that more because it came out more often. Mm-hmm. I like the Batman Eternal stuff DC did weekly. I like the fact that we're getting more bang for our buck, and with 3 writers working on it, I think it's going to end up being pretty good.
Yeah, Ron and I were talking in the off-air some, but sometimes you wait a month between a book, and you got to remember what happened in the previous book when you read all these different books throughout the month. It's like, oh, that's right, that character died, or whatever. So I guess coming out weekly, it's a little more in your mind.
Right. I think they might use this as an opportunity to kind of do a soft reset on some of the at least the Avengers corner of books. Kind of wipe the slate clean and really crystallize what this team's going to be moving forward in the future. And I'm not sure how they're going to get there, but I think we're going to get more of that Avengers BC stuff after this. And I'm hoping that this does some things to shake things up. A lot of characters on the board right now, and a lot of characters actually took off the board as well. So we're not going to be dealing with a lot of stuff, a lot of Iron Man, Captain America junk going on in this book. But I think we're going to see a lot of other characters get a chance to shine and maybe meet their end as well. So I think this will definitely be one to pick up.
Okay, moving on. Mike, what's your first book for the night?
All right, big shout out to Jock Yo, who popped in here. He said he liked the Voyager setup. And SS Comic Reader said, yes, Bruce Banner, no more totally awesome Hulk, I hope. My first book, we'll do Ninjak versus the Valiant Universe. So for those of you who don't know, this actually takes place in a separate universe from the ongoing books. It's going to be, I guess, their cinematic universe. Basically, in this one, Ninjak's best friend's wife and kid get kidnapped. He's actually blackmailed to take out MI6. Great action in this book with him and Livewire. This is a definite stash for me. I can't wait to see the live action version of this when that finally gets released. So, definite stash right here.
You there?
Yeah.
My internet just crapped out on me. But go ahead, Mike. God, this is the night of all night.
No, I'm done.
I didn't even hear anything you said. I totally lost you. What book were you reading? Give me that, and I'll just do from mine.
Ninjak versus Valiant.
Well, I didn't even read that, so we'll move on to Drew then.
This is my first Valiant book I've ever read, Ninjak. I kind of dug the story. The art was not for me. This looked kind of sloppy, in my opinion, and the action was kind of hard to follow. But the story's pretty good. I'll give it a stash and see where it goes, but I'm not expecting too much out of it. This is kind of my introduction into the Valiant universe, so the fact that it's a different Valiant universe kind of gives me the opportunity to see what's going on here. And I don't know, I kind of dug the story, so we'll see what happens.
Okay. Trying to figure out what the heck is going on because the blasters are stashing. channel jumped in here. I'm like, what's up?
Ted said Huey has Grandpa's internet.
No, I think you gave it to me.
Well, I'll give it to you.
This
Sexually
is not,
transmitted?
It is. It is over the internet. Let me.
All right. Well, he's doing that. JLS Comic popped in here. What's up, JLS, man? Good to see you.
What's going on, Jesse?
Jockyo, I think I've mentioned Jockyo earlier. So. Anyway.
Well, Dave's having a bad night with internet.
It's like historic aspects to it, but you know, this is the Black Plague, but what it really is a zombie apocalypse. So it's kind of cool to have that.
Uh-oh.
Oh my.
I'd probably pick up the first one, the second one. What's up?
You keep
You're going in and out hardcore, brother.
Yeah,
I'm dropping hardcore?
You keep dropping out, yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't hear 75% of what you said.
Well, I'll tell you what. You guys go ahead and...
there's a Black Plague of zombies, and that's about it.
Well, we'll go ahead and let Drew take this over real quick. Drew, why don't you go ahead and run through some stuff real quick, and I'm going to check my internet, make sure my kids aren't screwing around with stuff.
Oh, man. Kids are screwing around and screw around too much. All right, let's see. What are we going to talk about? All right, guys. I read Despicable Pool, and I absolutely love this. 292 Despicable Deadpool. Really great story. He's kind of on the outs with everybody because of what he did during the Secret Empire. He finally gets a bead from his buddy Hydra Bob. The remnants of Hydra have located evil Steve Rogers. He calls him Stevel. And he breaks into prison to taunt him, and it's amazing. He dissolves his toilet in acid, throws a snake at him, and kind of goes on being miserable. He's still got the where he is killing a bunch of different people for Strife, who is protecting his daughter. And it's some good stuff. Deadpool actually is one of the groups that came out of Secret Empire, being 10 times more interesting than his book was before Secret Empire. And I absolutely dig it. He's trying to make amends while at the same time killing a bunch of people he doesn't want to kill. And it's some good stuff.
All right, awesome. Uncanny Cow Walker just popped in here. He said, "What's up, everybody?" I did not read Despicable Deadpool, nor did I buy it. But I did read X-Men Gold Annual. CBA, you got any books you want to talk about real quick?
Another book I read, another Marvel book I read is Old Man Hawkeye. I only got it because it's the number one. A little depressing. I'll do a couple of spoilers. Hawkeye is not as sharp as he was. Of course, he's Old Man Hawkeye now. So he goes to the doc and his vision is failing him. The second spoiler is that his daughter hates his guts, which I thought was kind of sad to see. I want to stick with it. I want to see what happens. It's got me moderately curious. So a stash for me for now.
Yeah, I read that too, and it's actually, excuse me, my pick of the week. Never read Old Man Logan, but this actually takes place 5 years prior to that, so there's no problem right there. So Old Man Hawkeye, right at the beginning, is escorting Mr. Hammer through South Dakota, where they are actually ambushed by the Madrox gang. And if you don't know who he is, he's the multiple man, Jamie Madrox. So that was pretty cool seeing him in there. Hawkeye actually takes them all out before he runs out of arrows. What else? We find out he has glaucoma and is going blind. He asks Old Man Logan for help with something. We don't know what it is yet. He goes and sees his daughter and kind of says goodbye. And we kind of get a glimpse of Venom and Bullseye. Art's fucking awesome. This is definite stash pick of the week, and I know Drew read that too.
Well, so did I. Am I back? Can you guys see me okay? Am I
I don't
talking
know. Are you
okay?
back?
Is it good now? Usually, I said I'm not the one that has problems. Yeah, I picked up Old Man Hawkeye too. So this is. I've read Old Man Logan, so this is the same Hawkeye from Old Man Logan. This is just before he goes blind from that storyline. I thought this was pretty good. I was really hesitant on it. I was kind of like, I don't know if I want to read it. Old Man Logan was good though, so I just thought I'd give it a shot. Now, to be stupid, I read through it real quick. I didn't realize that was Multiple Man until I went through it again. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. That's all the same dude. I thought they all looked very similar, that's all. And then I realized it was Multiple Man. But yeah, it's a definite stash for me. I'll probably pick up at least the next issue. Do we know if it's a miniseries? Or is it ongoing? I'm assuming it's a miniseries just like Old Man Logan, but it's a stash for me.
Yeah, it's a mini. I believe it's a mini.
Okay, you go ahead, Drew. There, what do you think of Old Man Hawkeye?
I was a big fan of this book. I think that it's if you're a fan of Old Man Logan, it's pitch perfect. The setting is just right. The characterizations are awesome. I really like the art in this book. Spider Bitch before she's Spider Bitch when she's still a teenager. That was kind of cool. Big fan of seeing Ultron 8. The stepfather to his daughter is an Ultron. That's kind of neat. And yeah, I really love what they did with the Madrox gang. I can't find the line in here. It says, all right, keep your mustaches on. Geez, Madrox, you sure inbred yourself into an impatient jerk. So apparently awesome. The Madrox gang is all multiples, and who knows how they've propagated their species. So that right there I found to be absolutely hilarious. I like where this is going. Yeah, nothing really spoilery. Kind of, they're just hitting all the notes that somebody would really want to see going into an adventure if they had read Old Man Logan. So this is definitely my stash of the week. I'm excited to see what they do with it.
Yeah, Mike, what's your next book? If I'm here, if you're here, if we're all here, whatever it is.
Let's do Deja Thoris, number 0. Now, this ain't a new character. She's been around for a while, but I never really read anything about her. I always used to pick her up for the covers. So in this one, she's a princess of Mars. And let me flip through here again. Yeah, and that's all I got because I suck. She's a princess of Mars. Of course, Mars is, drying up, dying, and she discovers some secrets under her castle, and all kinds of good stuff happens. The art is great, and she's sexy as hell. So, and Grandpa loves the meat and potatoes, so.
Were you saying it was drying up under her castle? Is that what you said?
Well, when you get older, you sort of dry up. I mean, but she is very young in this, so she should not be dry. I mean, they make lubes for this kind of stuff.
Oh, no.
I picked it up at 25 cents. I was hoping to get the Adam Hughes variant, but I think that was an incentive variant. Maybe number 1, I don't think is an incentive. I think it's just like a cover C or whatever. I'll tell you what, man, it shows her grandfather, her father. They don't look very old. Maybe that's just that's supposed to be her grandfather with the white beard. Maybe white beard is supposed to mean old. I don't know. He doesn't look very old. Like I said, maybe this is this world and they don't age the same as we do here. I don't know. It just wasn't for me. I don't think I'd pick up issue 1 unless I can get that Adam Hughes cover. I think that'd be the only reason I would pick it up. Other than that, I just thought it was garbage. It's a blast for me. Even at 25 cents, it's still a blast. I think we're the only 2 that read that one this week, Mike. Yeah, we are. Okay. Moving on. Let's go with Mr. Miracle number 6, I think is what it is.
Golden Car Comics is in the house.
Yeah, we were supposed to have him on this week, but we had some other stuff pop up. But okay, Mr. Miracle number 6, another one of King's books. This is getting to be a bit much for me. Okay, I liked it in Batman, where like I said, he brought like the realism, the actual human element to being, a person. But this whole book, to me, they're arguing about, I want to move the kitchen out, I want to move this, I want to do that, and they're fighting these guys, are going through. I mean, there's a cool scenes of them chopping some other people's heads off. Dude, just the day-to-day stuff. It's like you're laying in bed talking about, oh God, I need to pay the power bill this month. That's $200. Oh God, and it was just too much of that versus the action part of it. And I thought it was just too much. I'm going to finish picking up the run. It started out really, really strong for me. It seems like it's kind of going downhill just a tad. It's a stash, but very, very soft stash. Masios read that, I think. Ron, you read. Oh, Drew, you read that. Then we'll go to Ron.
I definitely did. I think that the end of this book is anything but this thing going downhill. I can see where you could be a little taken down by the monotonousness of the conversation they're having. It kind of it gives a human element to these characters who are so absolutely fantastic. I love the art in this book. It's really strange. Mitch Gerads does a great job. It's some simple stuff, not really highly detailed. Just the way these panels are laid out, I absolutely love it. And we're finally getting a vision of where this book is going after issue number 6, which is we're exactly halfway through the run. And I really like the way this book ended. I'm definitely going to keep picking this up. This was close to being my stash of the week. I just think Old Man Hawkeye was so on point with the way it fit that universe. But Mr. Miracle number 6 was definitely a stash.
What about you, Ron?
Mr. Miracle. You know what? This is one of my favorite comics from 2017. I don't have 6 with me, but I did read 6 online. I actually had to read 3, 4, 5, and 6 because I totally forgot what had happened. It's a great story. One of my favorite comic books. I love the art in it. I love where it's going. It seems like every issue has a cliffhanger of sorts, and I always want to see what's going on in the next issue. So I'm definitely going to finish it. It's only a 12-issue miniseries, so I'm definitely loving this.
Yeah, I can see. I'm opening the book again and looking at the end where Orion, is laying on the floor, and I'm not going to give him much more than that. But the small panels, just like what happened to 12? No, 9 panels per page. I don't know. Just some of it seemed like it gets a little bit too much for me. But again, I mean, that's one thing I did like about Tom King and Batman run was the human element. So, but yeah. Moving on, Mike. What about you? What's your next book?
Let's do my worst pick of the week as of right now, and that is X-Men Gold Annual number 1. Huge Excalibur fan. Great to see Captain Britain and Megan back in the fold here, though the story sucks. So, book opens with a little story on an alien hero. His name is Starhammer, who wants revenge on Rachel Gray from events that happened on X-Men 135 and 387. Then it goes into the Xavier Institute, where Kitty Pryde gets a telegram saying that Captain Britain and Megan had a baby. So all the former Excalibur members, Prestige, take a flight over the pond. If you guys read this, notice Deadpool's hanging out on the airplane in the bottom left corner. So So the baby has an accelerated growth rate. Well, I guess her mind has an accelerated growth rate. Megan is upset about it. Blah blah blah. Starhammer attacks, and this book is crap. This is my fuck Marvel Midwest Comics book of the week. See, some more Excalibur. I don't know what I was hoping to see, but blast it all to hell.
Okay, I guess I'll go over this book real quick before we go back over to Drew. I think I'm the one that picked it up. Stabity Bunny, #1. I was really looking forward to this one. It's by Scout Comics. I guess it was a...
Dave?
You there?
Didn't Drew read this book?
No.
I did.
Oh, you did?
I don't
Sorry.
have anything to say about it.
Go ahead, Drew. I'm a horrible host. It's a horrible night. Go ahead.
Yeah, no. This is going to be an opportunity
to
pay homage to Paul, who's not here. Fuck Marvel on X-Men Annual #1, X-Men Gold Annual #1. What the fuck was this book about? There was a backup story about a little girl who was obsessed with Storm.
Yeah.
Nobody fucking cares about Storm. Like, they want to make these, I like Black Widow. She's a great Avenger. Sure, I believe that. I'll buy it. I like Spider-Gwen. She's swinging around the streets. Okay, cool. I get that. I like Storm. What? Fucking Storm? No, Storm's boring. Storm has sucked forever. That's why she's not the leader of the X-Men anymore. That's why they gave the job to Kitty Pryde, because nobody likes Storm anymore. This book is absolute garbage. The art was terrible. I got super excited for the Excalibur cover, and it was a total letdown. I've been loving X-Men Gold. I've been loving X-Men Blue. X-Men Gold #1 Annual is a piece of trash. Fuck Marvel.
Okay. I guess now I'll go over to Stabity Bunny. Stabity Bunny by Scout Comics. So I guess this wasn't independently published book prior. I'm not sure if it was a Kickstarter book, but this whole series is out. I think it's 6 issues long. So this is actually one that's been published by Scout. It's a little different story. I know quite a few people were actually looking for it. The girl gets kidnapped at the zoo.
Me.
Oh, yeah. What? Am I frozen again?
No.
Okay. Well, you
I
talking?
don't think so.
You're a bastard. You know that? Made me think everything's going wrong. It was a pretty good book. I did enjoy it. The girl gets kidnapped. The guy says, "Hey, I want some money." The woman says, or the mom says, "Yeah, I'll give you the money." But he doesn't plan on giving her to the girl for the money. He plans on taking it and killing the girl. And the bunny comes to life. Although they never really show it, the guy just gets killed in the shadows. But at the end, the Stabity Bunny says, "They will never hurt. Nobody will ever hurt Grace again," or whatever. It's an interesting story. It kind of has some rhymes to it at the beginning, in the middle, and the end. But it is a pretty good book. I think I'd pick up the other issues just to finish it out. It's only 6 issues long, so this is stash for me. Now, Ron, did you have any other books this week?
There's one other book I read while we were on downtime. I actually read this one. I read Old Man Logan. I actually was afraid to read this because I've been trash talking Marvel all year, and I was afraid this was going to be bad. But I actually like Wolverine, and I read this 20 minutes ago, and I absolutely loved it. The art's exciting, a lot of vibrant colors. I like how the bad guy is a real prick. I love the story, and so definitely this is for me. I'll keep going with it.
What about you, Mike? You read that?
Yeah, awesome story with the Scarlet Samurai. Excuse me. We learn in this one that the Silver Samurai is actually still alive. I think he's going to team up with Logan, or he does team up with Logan. I'm looking at it right here. Ultra violent, good stuff. The art is great. I'm stash it.
And Drew read it as well. What'd you think of
Yeah,
that?
this is a stash all the way. It's classic Wolverine, chopping up hand ninjas, fighting alongside and against the Yakuza. This is some good Wolverine history in this as well. Brisson does a great job on the story, writes Logan's dialogue the way you'd expect him to talk. Deodato's art is definitely insane as well. Really like the depiction of all the violence in this. And there's only one problem I have with it is are they at one point in here he says that his adamantium's gone on his one hand and he has bone.
I noticed that.
And then I don't know if that's something editorial's going to get a handle on. Or if that was kind of a dig at the Logan movie after he got his claws chopped off in the Wolverine. So we'll see. I have no idea what that kind of stuck in my craw a little bit, but beyond that, this is definitely a stash.
Okay. I guess another book real quick for me, independent book by Boom Studios, Judas #2. Again, we're talking about Judas after the death of Jesus, and he's gone to hell, and this is his journey through hell, and trying to reconcile, like, okay, if I was supposed to be here all along, why didn't Jesus save me from this, blah blah blah. And it has quite a bit of religious undertones to it. It's an interesting book. The art's, I think it fits the story okay, but at the end of this book we find out that Jesus actually has gone to hell as well, and so that's kind of interesting take on it. So it's only 4-part miniseries. I'll definitely be picking up the other 2 parts, stashed for me as well. I know Mike and Drew, you have quite a few other Marvel books you read this week. We'll start with you, Mike. What other Marvel book did you read this week?
I did read X-Men Blue, which continues on the Cross Time Capers storyline, and I loved it. So that's a stash. That's the only other Marvel book I read.
Well, I was mistaken.
Mike, did you not read Phoenix Resurrection?
I have not. I have not read that yet. I have.
Oh, okay. I feel like it's starting to go somewhere. I'm going to stash it on that means alone. It's still kind of confusing. It seems that they exhumed the grave of Jean Grey. She's not there. They try to find another psychic since they haven't been able to find one, and that drives the X team to reach out to the big bad of the X-Men universe right now, which is Emma Frost. And Emma Frost is kind of like, you dummies, you should know exactly where she is. And they find a giant psychic bubble out in the desert. So it seems like all the dead people that are alive are kind of in this psychic bubble. I like the writing. I think the dialogue is really great. I think it's kind of stringing us along with something that's a little bit more confusing than what we're used to from the X-Men. And I like Rosenberg on this book. I think it was really good, and I'm going to keep on reading it.
Yeah, I picked it up too. I don't know who the artist is on this one.
I grabbed the connecting cover too.
So, do you know if this is a miniseries as well, Drew? I think it is.
It is.
Yeah. This is a miniseries that will be leading into the X-Men Red, which will be the Jean Grey led team.
Okay.
This is kind of going to be her story moving forward, and they're also going to be wrapping up the Jean Grey solo title that's running right now. There's one more issue to go on that one, and that's going to tie in with that.
Yeah, it's definitely a stash for me. I'm going to go ahead and continue to pick it up. And I know I have X-Men Red on my pull list to get picked up as well. So quickly, I guess we'll go through some last-minute books real quick. Mike, what other books you have you want to kind of blast or stash real quick?
All right, Gotham City Garage #7, stash. They've captured Batman. If you're reading this, Wonder Woman threatens to cut out his tongue. Awesome stuff in Gotham City Garage. Suicide Squad #33, really great issue. We got this guy right here who has the power to unlock doors. He's like, I don't know, call him the key. And he actually is thrown on a mission with Suicide Squad, and he's just a normal guy, just with these stupid ass powers, and it's just an awesome book. That one's a stash, and I still have to read The Punisher 220. I got Bloodshot Salvation to read. Action Comics 9.95, and of course Phoenix Resurrection. But that's it for me.
The guy who can lock any lock. That's his power.
He could open any lock.
When they have people who can walk through walls, do you think that guy's really necessary?
Well, that's the whole story. He's on this dangerous mission with the Suicide Squad because it's a pretty good read, actually.
Okay. I only have a couple other books I haven't read this week. Harley Quinn, Be Careful What We Wish For. I haven't checked that out yet. And G.I. Joe was this 247. My dyslexia is kicking in hard tonight, as well as with everything else. Drew, any last books you want to go through real quick,
Yeah, we talked about Ed Brisson's work on Old Man Logan. He's also killing it on cable right now. This is highly stylized art, probably not for everybody, but I'm really digging this. This is the story of how Gideon came back through time and gained the power that he has, murdering externals along the way. If you've been a fan of the Externals or old Cable or old New Mutants, this is some really cool stuff here, so check that out. Also, I talked about how much I loved Rosenberg, his writing on Phoenix Resurrection. He just finished up Secret Warriors. This is Secret Warriors number 12. It's the only good Inhuman book really running right now. And they basically play a game of Risk as a team to basically close out this run. They're really funny letter to the audience who's actually still reading this book after it was canceled. And that's some good stuff worth checking out from Rosenberg in the back of this one. Detective Comics number 972. Things are finally coming to a head with this Clayface story they've been teasing all along. I have not been liking this and really enjoyed this issue, so check that out. That's a stash. Superman Action Comics, Booster Gold, traveling to different timelines throughout Krypton's history. Basically, all Superman wants to know is if Jor-El, that is Mr. Oz, is actually Jor-El. Kind of a fun tale there. Some Eradicators, some cool stuff going on there, so I enjoyed that. Daredevil 597. We're doing the Mayor Fisk thing, and the what's it called? Assistant mayor, I guess, is now going to be Daredevil. So we'll see how that relationship develops. Charles Soule Daredevil for me has kind of been up and down, but I really enjoyed the art in this issue, and I thought that it was definitely worth holding on to. I'm going to keep reading that. Venom Inc. number 5, which is Venom 160. That's some great Sandoval art, and still the pretty lame symbiote story that we're still getting into there. And we'll see how that ends in the next issue, which is the Omega. And I read Spider-Man Deadpool, Oldies number 1. This is number 26. This is a really funny story about a wheelchair-bound Spider-Man, Peter Parker, in the future, where he's an old man, and Deadpool is trying to get him back out in the streets fighting crime. And it's pretty hilarious how he goes about doing that. So this is definitely a stash. If you're a Deadpool fan or you like Spider-Man and funny books, this is definitely worth checking out. So I read this as well and enjoyed it. As far as things I haven't read yet, I picked up Scooby Apocalypse. I don't know why I keep picking that up, but I'll probably read that eventually. I did get the Supergirl Art Germ variant, and I didn't read this yet because I'm not going to read Supergirl. I'm just going to look at this pretty cover. And that does it.
What about you, Ron? Do you have any books you have sitting on your desk you haven't got to yet, but you're looking forward to?
Oh, well, I always pre-order my stuff from DCBS. So I have Batman Detective, the Art Germ covers, the Jenny Frison covers, but I haven't been reading them. Those 4 books I showed off tonight, those are the only 4 I read this week. I'm way behind. Like I was telling you off air, I like to binge read. I like to, accumulate all the books and then read it issue after issue after issue rather than wait, after each month.
I have not read any of the Batman New 52 yet at all. I still have 2 issues shy from completing the run, and I want to get that run done before I even start it. So,
New 52.
Yeah,
So you haven't read Rebirth either.
No, I read Rebirth. I read all of Rebirth, but the New 52 stuff, I have not read any of it. We're not going to do a Funko segment tonight. What's that?
All that Snyder goodness. You haven't gotten to that yet?
No. I'm a completist. I have to get them all before I start reading it. We're not going to do a Funko segment tonight, but I do want to show off one Funko that I did pick up for Mr. Mike tonight. Found him at Toys R Us, waiting to get my normal Friday night grub, my pizza. I picked him up a Mossman flocked Toys R Us exclusive Funko. So he's got that coming in the mail. And you see CBA, and he's not just a pretty face in here. He also has other things on his agenda to get done tonight. And we'll go ahead and hand it over to him and get us rolling on this.
I didn't realize there were going to be 3 other live chat shows tonight. So there's a lot of comic book YouTubers watching other channels. Yeah. So that's okay. They can watch on the rewind or the playback, whatever you call it. So tonight I wanted to talk about my 700 subscriber contest giveaway. Of course, this is also the 2017 YouTube Comic Book Community Awards. And just like last year, there are 5 categories. Live chat show host, best live show ensemble, collector of the year, best personality in the YouTube comic book community, and YouTube channel of the year. And I got my minimum required votes for each category, although I was cutting it close with live show ensemble. There's not many people watch ensemble shows for some reason. So I'm going to go ahead and read off the nominees for each category. And then I'm going to have each one of you gentlemen read the winners. Sound good?
Yep, sounds good.
Okay, So starting off with best live show chat show host. Sorry, I can't even get my category right. So last year was ETA Nick who won this. So the nominees this year through write-in votes were Alex the Comic Hoarder, Big East Comics, Brian Spaceboy 227, Comic Crypt of Castle Hills, Dressier's Comics and Things, ETA Nick, Exile State Comics, Gene Paul's Peter, The Great Legend, JLS Comics, Howler Mouse, Lords of the Long Box, Reaper Tate 728, Rebel Comics, Sleepy Reader 666, Spectacular Spider Grandpa. I don't know how you got it there.
I don't know how you got it there either.
Undisputed Frost. So before we announce the winner, there were people who did make videos that revealed their nominees. And the cool thing I saw was Great Legend made a video and he nominated ETA Nick. ETA Nick made a video and he nominated Great Legend. So that was kind of cool to see.
Okay. So do you want one of us to go and read off the winner for favorite chat show host?
Please, go ahead.
Mike, do you want to do the first one?
I will do the first one. The chat show host for 2017 is Spectacular Spider-Grab. No, I'm just kidding. It is for the second year in a row. So congratulations to ETA Nick.
I think he deserved it. He did a lot of various content, and he changed it up compared to last year. Always coming up with new things to say, new things to do. The interesting thing that I saw last year was the hurricane, and there are 2 interesting things that happened. He talked about the hurricane, and he was just going to abandon his comics. And I was going, no, how could you do that? But what choice did he have? He had to go to the shelter. And I'm sure his most valuable comic books were in his, what do you call that, where he locks his safe or whatever, his safe deposit box. But he did leave a lot of his comic books at his home. The other nice live show that I watched of his was when he was talking about the loss of his best friend. They were comic book collectors back in the day, and he didn't know that his best friend died of cancer. And when he found out through Facebook, Nick went through huge depression, and his wife got him to go back into comic books. So that was a great video to see, the secret origin of ETA Nick.
I tell you what,
I
ETA
remember
Nick does have a
watching
lot of knowledge on books. Man, he could kick stuff out there. Great books and just the knowledge in general. It's a great channel to watch. Sorry, Mike, I didn't mean to cut you off. What were you saying?
Oh, you're fine. Yeah, I remember when he did those videos with the hurricane and stuff. Yeah, he puts out awesome stuff. Well deserved.
Okay, moving on to next category there.
Okay, best live show ensemble. You boys won this last year. So the nominees are 9.2 Crew, Lassiter Stash It, Comic Blackboard, The Comic Board, Great Legend, JLS, Lords of the Long Box, New York Warriors, Oddfellow Thoughts. I don't know how to say this. Say Spit Sex, the Zombie Tramp Talk Show.
Who?
I think that's one of the same, actually. So
You piqued Mike's interest there.
Say Spit Sex. You go check them out.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah,
that
which one are you? Yeah, there's only 11 nominees for that one.
Okay, so for the best live show ensemble for 2017, the winner is the 9.2 Crew.
I think a lot of I think a lot of people saw that come in. They kind of brought the best out of all the live shows and put into one show, and they did other things that other people didn't do. They hooked up with comic book stores online to get discounts, and they were doing a hell of a lot of giveaways on their auctions. Yeah, very well deserved. I like all 5 of those guys. So that's Master X Splinter, Freddy's, Alex, Comic Hoarder, Seeking Nearmint Comics, and Doom.
Yeah, we were flabbergasted that we won last year, and we thought it was such an honor. We were like, "Holy crap!" We're just little measly YouTubers now, and all these people actually enjoyed coming to watch our show, which we thought was really great, and it made us feel really good. And it's nice to see other people getting that same recognition for it too. So it's great.
We passed the torch to you guys.
Yeah, hopefully they'll watch us in the next week or so.
Hopefully, yeah. Alex usually catches it. Usually he's in a live chat, but he catches it in the off air too, or in rewind. So next category.
So next category is Collector of the Year. Please bear with me. This is a hell of a long list. There were a lot of nominees for this one. 37 all in all. So for Collector of the Year, we have AG Surfer, Alex the Comic Hoarder, Alfred 83, Area 51, Charlton 66. I like Steve. He's a great YouTuber. Comic Crypt of Castle Hills, Comicholics, Comics Corner Club, Davis Comic Finds, Dead Clone, Deadpool 2323, Doom 143, Dr. Silver Age, Dresser's Comics, Earl Grey, Erod 212, Fred Hall Direct Edition, Golden Car Comics, GPAP, Goomba 213, Jared Osborne, Joker 68, King of the Golden State, Kingdom Comics, Kyle Rowe, Mad Ad, The Martian Comic Hunter, Master X Splinter, Mr. Rigor Mortis, OMG Chris, Reaper Tate 728, Rob Wise Guy, Sleepy Reader 666, Splash Page Comics, Tumua, The Walking Jedi, and Yanni Gogolak.
Wow, that's quite the list.
There's a lot of nominees.
And the winner is Alex, Comic Hoarder. Way to go, Alex.
Alex won last year. He was the co-winner with Doom. And I was so surprised that they tied last year. But this year, he definitely pulled ahead. He got a hell of a lot of votes for this category. So well-deserved. It's not just he's just a nice guy and makes great videos, but he does collect awesome comic books, I got to say.
Yeah, he'll pull out 3 copies of Hulk 181. Here, I just found these for $1 each. roll one up, smoke it, and put the other two. So yeah, well deserved, Alex.
Okay, next category, I guess.
So the fourth category is Personality of the Year. Oh, this is a long list too. This also 37-ish nominees. So 38 nominees. Oh my God. Okay, so 64 page special. Sorry, I messed that up. Alex the Comic Hoarder, Amazing Murfinator, Biggie's Comics, Captain Strangeliffe, Comic Crypt of Castle Hills, Comic-Holics, Comic Hoarder 410, Contender, Don the Comic Book Junkie, Dr. Silver Age, Dr. Von Chilla, ETA Nick, Fred Hall Direct Edition, Golden Car Comics, Gomez the Comic Collector, Howler Mouse, Jimmy C, JLS, Kyle Rowe, Kingdom Comics, Lord of the Long Box, Luther Manning, Manny NYC, Marky 316. Okay, those guys, Personality of the Year. Come on. OMG Chris, Reefer Tate 728, Seeking Nearmint Comics, Spider Comics 7, Splash Page Comics, Tats Comics, The Chinist, The Great Legend, Walking Jedi, Tom Ryan, Uncanny Kyle Walker, Undisputed Frost, Vin Crew, and Pop Dot Comics.
Wow.
Wow.
You want to take this one, Mike?
Best personality in the comic book community for 2017 is a tie, actually. First one is Comic Crypt. Comic Crypt of Castle Hills, and my brother OMG Chris. Congratulations, you guys.
Very well deserved. OMG Chris won last year. He wanted to defend his title, and I didn't think he was going to be able to do it. And there was a time where Kingdom Comics was actually in the lead for a while. Tito was getting a lot of votes, but these two pulled out in the end, and it's a nice tie. It's very well deserved. These are great.
Yeah, try harder next year, Tito. Try harder next year, man.
I tell you what,
gotta eat your Wheaties, Tito.
Comic Crypt of Castle Hill has one of the best intros, and he does that voice. It's just, I could have listened to that intro over and over and over again. I think that's where it gets me. He just got a great personality, great voice for it.
And
I think. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
OMG Chris, man, he's the most nicest guy. Got a great personality. As you saw in one of my couple of videos ago of mine, he just sent me a huge stack of Spectacular Spider-Man. So he's awesome.
Yeah, I got to say about OMG Chris, there's a lot of sadness and struggle in his life. He's a widower. He's dealing with a lot of illness. And yet you see him on YouTube. He's always happy and making you smile. And it's just awesome to see that.
Yep.
Yeah, Chris is a hell of a guy. When I was doing my channel on a more regular basis, I kind of totally stole his title for my videos, and he reached out and was totally cool about it. And I was like, yeah, man, kind of inspired me to do face-to-face, to kind of face the camera and talk to people as opposed to, just showing books and showing action figures and that kind of stuff. Definitely a good dude and really cool.
And going back to Mike or Comic Crypt of Castle Hills, he probably would have won a category last year. But toward the end of the year, YouTube took off his channel because of some of the stuff he was showing. So he unfortunately had to learn his lesson the hard way. And I'm so glad he's back because I love his channel.
He's got great content.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
You're showing too many boobies.
No such thing as any boobies, right, Mike?
That's right. Meat and potatoes. Meat and potatoes. Hashtag it.
Okay. Well, we have one more category left, don't we?
This is the last category for the evening. This is Channel of the Year. And I got 30 or so nominees as well. This is going to include 64-page special, Alex the Comic Hoarder, Arkham Comics Las Vegas, Beyond the Blast Doors, Biggie's Comics, Captain Strangeliffe, Comic Crypt of Castle Hills, Comic Holics, Comic Trips, Don the Comic Book Junkie, Doom 143, Erod 212, ETA Nick, Fens the Spook, Fred Hall Direct Edition, Ghost Critic, JLS Comics, J-Rod Ham, Catran Figures, Kingdom Comics, Kyle Rowe, Longshank 78, Master X Splinter, Mercenaut, Mr. Rigamortis 86, OMG Chris, Omnidog's Vault, Reaper Tate 728, Sleepy Reader 666, Seeking Nearmint Comics, I see you in the chat, Seeking Nearmint Comics, Tat Comics, The Great Legend, Timo the Canadian, Undisputed Frost, and The Walking Jedi.
And Channel of the Year, this guy's been on our show, I think, a couple times at least. Great guy. Anytime he's in a live show, he's always checking the chat, always recognizing everybody's in the chat, regardless of, I mean, how many people in there. Sometimes I think he has like 80 people on his live show. Great guy all around. As Alex, the Comic Hoarder, Channel of the Year for 2017.
Applause, applause, applause. So Alex actually won 3 categories, if you think about it. He won for Ensemble and Collector of the Year and Channel of the Year. That is just so cool. I talked to him a couple weeks ago. I didn't tell him that he won, but we were talking about some stuff. And, I just want to say, you see the best in all of us in Alex. He's a good guy. He's got that great screen presence. He collects cool stuff. He obviously has dispensable income. So he does grails and he does modern stuff. And it's rigged, Seeking Neighborhood Comics. It's a fake awards, as Manny NYC calls it. But very well deserved. I love Alex. He's great. I don't always get to watch his stuff because he puts out so much material, so much content. But he's a great personality and very well deserved to win these awards.
It's like one of his shows recently where he's like, "Oh yeah, I picked up what was it, like a Avengers #2? Yeah, this is a good book, but I also got an Avengers #1. It's like, holy crap, dude! Really, man? It's like
oh,
yeah. He's a good guy though. I like Alex.
There's no award for. Wait a minute now. There's no award for Pop Collector of the Year? What the fuck?
Hey, Mike, I will nominate you as the Pop Collector of the Year.
Will you make me a special award?
I can't because Eddie the comic guy already did the certificates. So and now he's busy. I'm sorry, I can't make one for you.
You can make yourself a special award.
Okay, I can write it for you.
I'm going to sculpt something. I'll sculpt you something. How about that?
Yeah, sounds like a plan. No, I'm just
sculpt
giving
him in the nude.
Let me get a 3D printer and put my junk on there, and I'll get it out.
Meat and potatoes. Meat and potatoes.
That's the wrong kind of meat and potatoes.
So I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. Now we want to thank Ron and Comic Book Steve coming on tonight, and it's been a great honor to have you on here and choosing us to do your 2017 award show. It's been great. It's an honor just to even get nominated again this year. Knowing that people we do stuff that people enjoy, which is great. So we'll go ahead and wrap it on up. We'll start with Drew. Any last minute shout outs or anything you want to say before we roll up out of here?
Yeah, man. Shout out to CBA for choosing Blaster Stash It to be his platform to announce these awards. Shout out to all the winners, ETA Nick, whole 9.2 crew, as well as OMG Chris and Comic Crypt of Castle Hills. Shout out to my Blasted brothers. Thank you for making me a part of the show. Really enjoying that. And shout out to Paul, who's laid up and probably cracked down out of his mind right now. So feel better, buddy, and get those kids healthy.
How about you, Ron? Anything last minute things you want to say before we close out?
Thank you for having me on. It was a real honor. I really appreciate it. And shout out to all the nominees and all the award winners. It was cool to run the contest again, and I plan on doing it again next year. And a special thanks to Amazing Murphinator and AG Surfer. They know what for. Just great YouTubers. I don't see them as much on YouTube anymore, but you know who they are, and they're just great friends of mine.
Mike, how about you?
Down here doing this thing. I'm a big supporter of these awards. I think it's fun. I think it's, good time. Some new subscribers of mine: Gomez Comic Collector, Lone Wolf of Comic Book Hunts, Tacoma Comics, and Brian Rainey. Today I just hit over 400 subscribers. I think I'm like 402, 403. So thank you guys so much for that. Thank you to the person who nominated Cat Ren Figures as Channel of the Year.
That's probably you.
It was not. But yeah, just that's it.
Yeah, we have quite a few new subs. We were talking about it in our chat. We say it might be the Drew effect. We don't know. We've got like 10 subs in the past day and a half. Just to name off a few here. Hood Trooper, Twin Planet Bros. I checked out their channel. They're brothers. They're twins, of course. They do comic books. They do geek stuff. But they also go shooting. And they do a lot of freedom stuff, is what they call it. And they load their own bullets, go out shooting and stuff like that. This is a pretty cool show. Ashley and Lancelot, Curbside Cross, Michael Smith, STS Guys, Mental Movie Man, Star Wars Refuge, and Comic Zealot. What's that?
They're all Drew's friends from work.
No, man, I don't have any friends. You guys are it.
We're it. So that is it, guys. We're going to close it down this week. Hopefully next week, Paul will be back in good spirits. Mike would be a good time to go talk to him right now. Try to get that Flock Beastman from him. So try to work on that while he's high on Percocets. So
I'm going to go right now.
Whether you blast it or whether you stash it, happy reading, and we'll catch you guys next week.